Today's sports coverage of the NFL sends us to the state of Michigan as we are inside Ford Field in downtown Detroit. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. The first carry for Amir Abdullah. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Stafford off the bootleg. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. First down, Abdullah. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
On first down, it's Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And some room to work. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Former Michigan Stater, it's Jeremy Langford. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And Lambeau will put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to maneuver. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Now, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Now a play fake here on first down. Steps away to his left. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down. Then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back. But it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down.
Let's go.
He'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Throwing is Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. A toss to Abdullah. And he'll be knocked down sideways. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From the red zone now, Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet near the 25. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They'll drop the throw. Throwing deep here for Coleman. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. They get 14 yards there and a first down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Now a handoff looking right. Room here to run. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back. And now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. They'll set up to throw. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. Second down now after the pass completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
They'll give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Being chased out left. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They're going to look to throw. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, maybe said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And Detroit getting set to go now. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And they begin the drive with Abdullah. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. On second down, here's Stafford. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Richardson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Looking to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken from just outside the 30. And how about this? He takes it all the way back. No time, no flags. A punt return touchdown and a stunning end of the first half.
And they kicked it to him. They kicked it to him.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we send you now to Orlando and our Tiburon studios, where Larry Ridley's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Well, you had the punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Hard throw, incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Jeff Locke now as he's on to punt for Chicago. They're going to try and throw. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just a call. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. Second down here after the incomplete pass. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And now the offense operates in the red zone. Now a first down throw, Stafford. And incomplete. Probably should have had that one, but with the game he's having tonight, maybe they'll let it go.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Here's Stafford. And he's got it. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Now Prater to add the PAT. And on this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Benjamin with it over the middle. And, oh, a good hit there and knocked down hard at the 44-yard line. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it here. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game. But this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10.
Getting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll look to throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long.
Williams loses the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. And at this point, after that return for a touchdown, I guess the only thing is you're asking what else could go wrong.
Not only that, I think that between the two of us, we thought this was over before. I believe now it's really over.
So they get 1 score back, but still a long ways to go here in this 3rd quarter. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
32! Watch the shoot! Hey, 54! Hey, check 24! Watch 11!
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now they'll run it on the toss. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Here's Stafford now on second down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Stafford. He's going to sling this deep down. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Detroit. Paul Richardson with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Lions just continue to pour it on. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he is leveled. Knocked down hard. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly.
The Bears on third down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 14. They'll look to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Rayshon Jenkins picks it off, and he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the ball. And he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And now look at him go. The 30. 10, and they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Play fake to Abdullah. It's Stafford. He's got it at the 15. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Colby Listenby, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions have got it on cruise control. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Second down following the run. The play clock's running down. Now they try the right side here. And a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford looking deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Double tight, double tight. Set, waiting. Three down.
To throw again. Stafford. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards. Stafford now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know there are plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, if they're out there, we'll see if they can pick those things back up. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 59 yards. So it'll be first down here after the run. Play clock winding down. Now a handoff working right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. On play action, they'll throw. On the move to his left. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
Here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Here's Jeff Locke now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. It'll be a gain of 24 on the play.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. Stafford going to throw it. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. It only took Stafford 90 games to hit 25,000 yards in his career, fastest ever, and he adds to that yardage total there.
I'm not sure anyone in the league has a more confident arm than Matthew Stafford does. He can wait until they're actually open before delivering, as opposed to anticipating them being open because of the strength of his arm, and he doesn't mind showing it off.
Now it's Stafford. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. To throw on second down is Stafford. He's going to look deep down the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
Third and long, it's Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off, it's the Pro Bowl corner, Joe Hayden with it. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talking about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one up to the 26. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8.
Watch right. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
Well, these guys want to do something positive as this game approaches its end, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, it's really been more indicative of how the game has gone for them.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Back to throw here. He's going to let it fly. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. And that interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Throwing here, Stafford. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And that will write a finish to this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Detroit, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2, and they'll get to stay home again